What's going on YouTube? Say hello, back with another video. Still sober today. About 4 months, like 5 days ago, so I'm pretty stoked about that. Longest time of sobriety I've had. When I first entered treatment, I didn't think that I would get 4 months. I thought I would have a slip up or something, but I've been doing pretty good. Well, I've had bad days. I haven't had the urge to really use it all, so. But today's video is going to be my top 20 album artworks. These are in no particular order. I'm kind of jumping on the bandwagon here. Mike Seatown started this, and a few other people showed it off, like Ground Salem. And I watched Canyon's video, and he was kind of late to the party too, and I seen his video maybe yesterday, so I thought I might as well do one as well. So like I said, these are in no particular order. This was actually very fucking difficult for me to do. I have so much shit pulled out, it's just ridiculous. This is the most shit I've ever had out, ever. So this is going to be a longer video. I have some books to show from some of my favorite artists as well, so I haven't had a chance to show that shit off as of yet, but I'm actually pretty excited to do that. So the first one, this came out in 1989. This is Sodom with Agent Orange. And I always love this one, the front cover and the back cover, all go into one. This was painted by Andreas Marshall, I believe. Yeah, that's really fucking badass. I just love the detail in that and how you see the inside of the plane and then the outside. Really fucking cool. And the classic Sodom guy. I kind of skipped over what we are listening to. This is the International Peace Comp. It's like 50 something bands. Really cool shit. One of my favorite compilations. If you're looking to get into hardcore punk, check this thing out. Now with the song that's playing, this fits very well. If I had to narrow down Japanese hardcore by album artwork, I would definitely have to pick this. This is the Great Punk Hits. I'm not sure who drew this, but this is just a perfect representation of what Japanese hardcore is. And I dig the bright yellow stuff. It's really fucking different. I've seen the bootleg and it has the white background, but I think the yellow is definitely very fitting for it. Really badass. Next one. This came out in 1990. A Pressed Classic. I really dig this because it's minimalistic. Nausea with Extinction. Like an Ethiopian guy starving to death. The dead bird there. Bunch of shit hanging out. This was drawn by Johnny Guzman. He might have did this on the inside as well. I'm not very sure, but this is like one of the only things he's done. I really like the contrast and the black and the white. It's fucking sick, man. Next one, I'm gonna have an artwork list about this gentleman. This is artwork done by Chris Moyen. This is Archgoat with the Aeon of Angel Slaying Darkness. Everybody knows Chris Moyen. He's done artwork from Harriet, Black Witchery, Torgeist from France, good LLN band. And some of my personal favorite work he's done is with a skateboarding crew, Baku, Barrier Cult, sort of Baku's like an underground skate team, inspired by black metal. They wear ski masks and shit. Really cool stuff, and they always have Archgoat with a Harriet, Mystifier, all that cool shit in the background. But he's done a lot of artwork for him too. Most of his work is just black and white. Really dig this shit. Now I'm a big fan of photography as well. And this band has some of the best photography on their album covers. This is Dead Kennedy with fresh fruit for rotten vegetables. Now it looks like a riot photo. This is done by Jay Carlson. Yeah, this is the only photo he has done for the Dead Kennedys. But if you know the Dead Kennedys, they always have cool looking photos. Just a bunch of cars on fire. Really cool. I always dig the black and white photos too. And it's fucking awesome. The next one. So I'm a big fan of corpse paint as well. If you're into black metal, of course you're a fan of fucking corpse paint. So I try to not make this whole list a bunch of fucking corpse paint. Because I had a lot more, but I thought this was very different. This is Mutilation, Vampires, The Black Imperial Blood. Now this is one of the first black metal albums I got into, the more raw shit. And I always dug this with the white background, and then the black is on the forefront instead of the black and then the white. So I always thought this was fucking cool. Yeah, there's nothing really else to say. As Neil Young would say, he's got cocaine eyes. That shit's awesome. Yeah, I don't think I've pulled that thing out before. The next one, another photo. This is Lurker Chalice, the self-titled album artwork. Now I'm a big fan of history and shit, and this photo is taken of an Aztec death god or war god. I always thought that was pretty cool. You can find a lot of these heads next to the pyramids. And I always dug this too. I think this is just as representable of the album as this other photo is. This next album came out in 2008. Quebec nationalist black metal band Forteresse with Les Hivers. Don't know how to say. I don't know how to say the rest of it too. But this is one of my favorite paintings. The name of the artist is Cornelius Krieghoff. He's a Dutchman and Canadian. He lived in the 19th century. I think this painting was done in 57, I believe. But that is just grimly beautiful. The name of the painting is A Horse in the Moonlight. Yeah, really cool. This guy died in 1872. I always love when black metal bands pick 19th century painter for their artwork. I feel like it's less repetitive than a lot of modern artwork. But now going with a modern classic, this came out in '84, Black Flag, Slip It In. Now this guy's one of my favorite artists, Raymond Pettibon. I really need to get my hands on one of his art books, because I'm a really big fan of this guy. Once I get some money, definitely one of the first art books I'll buy. Really love that with the nun. Very minimalistic as well. I really like that shit. Everybody knows Raymond if you're into hardcore punk. He's like another member of Black Flag, what I like to think of him. Now going with something more complex and not modern again. This came out in 1988. This is Bathory with Blood, Fire, Death. This was painted by Peter Nikolai Arbo. He's a Norwegian painter from the 19th century. He did this painting in 1872. Really badass. No, 1852. He died in 1872. One of my favorite Norwegian painters. Yeah, this shit's really cool. Just the detail in that. Just it's crazy to believe that somebody could do this 150 years ago. Something so detailed. And for Bathory being one of my favorite bands, I've always dug that cover. I thought it probably the best cover in my opinion. I always loved the nature photos and then the photos with the goat. But that one's just a classic. Now I kind of have a list without having Pusshead. Now I'm just gonna go with something a lot of other people went with Septic Death, but this is more iconic in my head. This wasn't the first piece of art I seen from Pusshead. The first one I seen was a local record store. Pusshead did their label, their logo, not their fucking label. I'm retarded. This is Gas Tank. Under the Sun. Get a closer shot of that. Yeah, I didn't like Pusshead at first, but it has really grown on me. And this would be my personal favorite. Just this is the first Japanese band that I ever got into. This isn't the original cover for this. The other one is like a jazzy looking one, but Pusshead re-released it on Pussport. And I really dig this. I do have a big poster of it too. I didn't get that thing down. Next one. Definitely an underrated band. For sure. This came out in '88. This is Axe Grinder with Rise of the Serpent Man. This artwork is fucking awesome. I couldn't decide between Amebix Monolith and Serpent Man, but I thought I was going to go with this. This thing is just awesome. Looks like it could be on like a horror novel. Really cool. This is painted by Jeff Carcass, also known as Jeff Walker, I believe. He is the bass player and does vocals for Carcass. And he also did the artwork for Napalm Death Scum. I was going to pick Scum as well, but I thought I might as well go with this. He might have done this as well, the artwork in the gatefold. But I fucking love this, the full moon. The next one, another photography shot. Panopticon with Roads to the North. Just take that in. I know a lot of people dig this, but this is an album that the artwork really fits the music. So this picture is taken in Montotowa State Park. And even the photography on the back's really good. And the people who took these photos is Becca Loom and Austin Anderson. Yeah, really cool shit. I really love that blue. And the sun rising or falling. Sorry, it's getting a disaster. I have too many albums. Now this next one, Sleeve Dope Smoker. So this is the third album artwork for this, and I dug the last one too. This artwork was redone in 2012. This is another one of these. It opens up like that. and this was done by Arik Roper. He has also done artwork for Weed Eater. Might have done artwork for Mountain, Bongzilla. I think he also did Pig Destroyer. This is cool because it's like glossy too. Really good that. Same thing with on this side. Like glossy and shiny. And he got like a spaceship over here. Very fitting for the music as well. The doom metal, classic. I haven't listened to that for a long time. I need to give it another shot. Or give it a listen. Now this is a newer artwork. Newer release. This came out in 2016. This is Perturbator with Uncanny Valley. This was done by an American artist from New York City, Ariel Zoker Brule, I think. Brule. It's a weird name. He did artwork for all of this. It's fucking good shit. But I really dig that. Most of the time I don't dig shit like this, but this is just fucking awesome. Next one, try to limit myself to 2 corpse paint photos. So I went with the mutilation with the white background and the black forefront. I decided to go with this one. More traditional looking. But this might be my favorite corpse paint photo ever. Satanic War Master with Corellian Satan Madness. Just fucking awesome. I don't need to say anything else than that. With the skull on there, it's just really cool. Now, classic 90s black metal band. Everybody knows. Some people hate. It's Over with Bergtop. Came out in 1995, and Tanya Steen painted this. I believe she's a Norwegian, maybe not Norwegian, but she's also done artwork for Dark Throne, Emperor, Burzum, Satyricon maybe. But this is my favorite one, and I really dig this. So on this list I did the overall artwork for everything. So not just the front cover, but the gatefold and the back cover. Really fucking awesome. Then we got a waterfall. I was really stoked on this when I first got it. Because this was one of the first albums I wanted to get on vinyl, but it didn't exist at the time. So I'm really stoked to have this. I didn't know it was going to come with these pictures. But this is just fucking awesome. Very cold looking. Now sticking with the cold theme, we're gonna move to Nocturnal Mortal. Now this is maybe one of my all-time favorite artworks. I know all of these are, but this is just really fucking cold and grim, beautiful, kind of celestial with the color on that. The artist who painted this is Sir Gorgoroth. Also did a lot of the design. Another awesome shot, but just look at that, man. This is just really fits the music. I just wanted like a full-size painting of just the artwork without the logos on this thing. Now going to something more apocalyptic. This is Amebix with the Rise, the original cover, the original colors, and the original logo. If I didn't say, this came out in 1985. Artwork designed by Stigus and the Baron. Just really doesn't do it justice, but in real life it's fucking, I guess this is real life, fucking up guys. Really fucking dig that. the guy up there, the clouds. I also did the artwork on the back. Now going back to the 19th century. Now this one is kind of the tie. I couldn't decide which one. If I had the Misanthropy pressing of this, I would have definitely picked this one, because it opens up and it has the full shot of it. This album came out in 1996, Philosophem. Yeah, just look at that. I wish I had the original pressing. So the artist who did this is Theodor Kittelsen. And the name of the painting was in Norwegian. Yeah, it was in Norwegian. But the name of this painting is Up in the Hills, the Clarion Rings Out. And the clarion is this thing right here. And pretty much all that is a war trumpet. So I said it was a tie because Burzum's album from 1993, I believe. Hibis Leset Tar Os. So the name of this painting is Bidigmannen? I don't know. But it means the popper, which overall means the poor. So you see the poor guy right here, who's dead. With the artwork on the back. Not sure what the name of that painting is. But this is one of my favorite Kittelsen photos. One of my favorite black metal albums too. Definitely very fitting. And if you guys don't know Theodor Kittelsen, he was a Norwegian artist from the 19th century. And he died in 1914. And I think this album was done in... Fuck, I don't remember. But this is just fucking awesome. I know I say that about all of these, but that's how I feel. I had a really fucking hard time narrowing everything down. And I know me talking about these definitely doesn't give these albums justice. Now leaving the artwork behind, we go back to an underestimated band in music overall, I feel like. This is Dead Can Dance with Anastasia. It's another one of these. Artwork was done by Sigsolt Solman, an Hungarian photographer. I just really fucking dig that. Have all the dying sunflowers. At a closer look, kind of looks like opium plants as well. That's what I thought of it for when I first seen this. That's what I thought it was, but they're dying sunflowers. If you guys don't know Dead Can Dance, they're kind of hard to describe, like a dark neo-folk, neoclassical band. Two-piece from Britain and Australia. Definitely really recommend this. One of my favorite fucking albums of all time. It's not for everybody, but if you like folk music and world music or anything like that, really give this a shot. Just an awesome cover too. So this next artist, this next band is a band I am not the biggest fan of. I've tried so fucking hard to get into these guys, but I just can't do it. I just don't dig it. Even though I really fucking dig this cover, I wish I liked this music. But this is my second to last band to show. But this is Tool with 1,000 Days. Like I said, I'm not a fan of this band at all. At least not yet. Here's the album artwork. So this is done by Alex Gray. I actually don't have the CD to this. My dad gave this to me. And it's cool because you can look through it like this. And it's like all 3D. And it feels like you are in the painting. This is really fucking cool. I'm sure you can get this on Discogs or something. But if you're a fan of art and of Alex Grey, I definitely tell you to get this. Just for this aspect. This is fucking cool. Yeah, you can just look through it. It's really badass. But like I said, this isn't the best representation of this. So I'm such a fan, I had to get this. You may have seen this in the background of my videos sitting up here. So like I said, this is done by Alex Grey, Netta Bean. I think he did this in the 90s. For me, this kind of represents cosmic consciousness, the connection of everything in the universe, the infinite connection between everything that is totally incomprehensible for our brains. But I actually got this signed by him, so that's really cool. And he sent me it in the frame. I think he signed it, and that might be his wife, possibly. She's also an artist, too. If you guys don't know Alex Grey, all his art is just magnificent. And this painting is fucking huge. It's like the side of a whole wall, like 12 feet long. Like the size of somebody's fucking living room. It's fucking awesome. We got the infinite point, and then the heads all mashing together, then infinite heads, and then you have all the little universes inside. Just fucking awesome. So sticking with Alex Grey, I do have one of his art books. I do need more. I need his Netta Bean series. But all his artwork is pretty cool. I'm not going to go through this whole thing, because I still have a few more. You have the world with Gaia and nature and then what humans are doing to the world. Alex is probably one of my second favorite artists. Fertility. Sex. It's another cool one. Definitely recommend you guys to check out his work. Now my favorite artwork. This is the last one. This is a tie. So this is Celtic Frost with To Make Ethereum. He had the H.R. Geiger painting. So that one came out in 1985. This artwork was done in 77. Put that down for a second. I actually have a poster of the full artwork. But the repress, they don't have the Celtic Frost logo on it. He also did this one too. This is Victory 3. He did a whole series of these paintings in the 80s, from 81 to 83. Really cool stuff. Really dig that head in there. So the reason why I said this is a three-way tie is I'm pretty sure you guys know what I'm going to be talking about. Start with the first one. This is Trypticon with Eperistera Diamones. I don't know how to say it. So this, all the artwork on this is taken from this painting. The name of this painting is Glad Tempest. Then you have more zoomed in shots from the original painting. all this was done in '78, and just imagine him doing these in the '70s. There was nothing like this before Geiger was around. There was nothing this dark, this mysterious, or nothing really this technical either. There's a lot of technical painters, but not in this way. The third one, Triptychon's latest album, Melina Chasmata. Now he used two separate paintings for this. The front one is Mordor 7. It's done in, still got a booklet in here. This is done in '75. And this other one's a landscape painting. Landschaft 16. This is done in '72. Just super technical. Then zoomed in from the landscape painting. Really dig that green color. This album came out in 2014. If you haven't checked out Triptychon, one of my favorite bands. And those of you who don't know Celtic Frost, which I don't know why you wouldn't, if you don't know Triptychon, in pop culture world, H.R. Giger's most famous for Alien, of course. Thought I had my little alien guy here. So I also have a few H.R. Giger books. I'd like to show a couple pieces of artwork from each of them. So this one's not too difficult to get. So you have H.R. Giger himself right there. Another cool painting. And I've been trying to find the perfect way to show these off, but I thought this would be the perfect time to. Another painting. Now this book has more writing and stuff in it, and of his sketches and stuff. That's another cool one. Shit. I'm gonna fuck up the binding on this. That's gonna piss me off. There's more sketches and stuff. This is difficult to show. Now these. So H.R. Giger himself. So this is his biomechanical work. I do have the covers hanging up. Should have pulled those down. But I've sort of fantasized with if Celtic Frost got back together. And if you guys don't know, on the first pressing of To Make Ethereum, said upcoming albums, and it said Into the Pandemonium and Necronomicon. And I've always fantasized what Necronomicon could look like. Sort of bookmark these to show you guys. So that's biomechanical. These are actually really difficult to get your hands on. If you can find one, you're fucking lucky. So the second one, this is Necronomicon 2. So I got a bunch of fucking bookmarks to show you. You guys don't need to watch this, but I think this is cool. So that's the Triptychon artwork. I always thought this was cool too. This is Lilith. This is the cover of this book. Some Someone's fucking calling me. So that's the front cover to first Trypticon album. I thought this was really cool as well. So this fully opens like this. So this is the Victory series, as I was telling you guys before. Victory paintings from the 80s. These are the last set of paintings I'm going to show you guys. You have the one from To Make a Theory on. 3 other ones. This video is going to be a lot longer than I wanted it to be. And I always thought this would be a cool gatefold. And the alien stuff. Does work. And the man himself. So that's all I have to show you guys today. This video was a lot longer than I wanted it to be. But, what are you going to do? Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for not subscribing. And like, dislike, whatever you want. Peace.